Well, hi, welcome to Nana's Story Time. I hope you all had a wonderful Sunday. Tonight we're going to read, are you ready? A Pinkalicious. I haven't read one of these for a while, so I'm kind of excited. It's the Fairy House. So if you're ready for story time, go ahead, grab a blanket. Let's cuddle up, okay? Have story time. It was spring, my favorite season. I love how the sky looks cotton candy at sunset. Every spring our garden comes alive with blossoms of every color. I know why our garden is so beautiful. It's because of the fairies. Fairies come to our yard and sprinkle fairy dust to make the plants grow. I have never seen them, but I know they are real. I can see sparkles outside of my window. This spring, I had a plan. I would see the fairies. Pinkalicious? What are you doing? Asked Peter as I collected twigs and leaves. I'm making a house for the fairies to live in. Then they can live in the garden and we will be able to see them. I want to see them too. Let me help, said Peter. He brought out his shell collection. Let's build the house here in the garden, I said. Fairies are sure to come their way. Piece by piece, we built a little house. I wove buttercups around the door. Peter made a pathway with his shells. Soon, we had a cozy home for the fairies. I couldn't wait for them to come. Every day I watched the house from my swing. I made a pond, a boat, and even a slide for the fairies to find, but the fairies did not come. When Peter saw how sad I looked, he said, "Cheer up, the pink flower buds are blooming," but I wanted to see the fairies. Suddenly I had an idea. Maybe the fairies only come out at night, I said. Maybe they only sprinkle fairy dust by moonlight. I told Mommy and Daddy what I wanted to do. They let Peter and me camp out and keep watch over the fairies. That evening, Peter and I spread out our sleeping bags. I left the fairies a sweet snack of honeysuckle and berries. "Do you think they'll come?" asked Peter. "Yes," I said, and I added in a whisper, "I really, really hope so." It's really a cute little fairy garden. We told each other stories until Peter fell asleep. As the night got darker, I heard crickets and owls, but not a single fairy. Once I thought I heard some soft, gentle humming. It was just Peter. He was snoring. I did everything I could to stay awake. I looked up at the moon. I counted the stars. I didn't want to miss the fairies. But as I counted the stars, my eyelids grew heavy. I couldn't help it. I drifted off to sleep. The next thing I knew, I heard a bird singing. I opened my eyes. It was dawn. I heard hushed voices in the garden. Mommy and Daddy were looking at something together. "How beautiful," they said. What do you think it is? As I stretched, a sweet smell filled the air all around me. colorful flowers were in full bloom. I looked at the fairy house and the honeysuckle, and the berries were gone. The fairies came, I cried. They came, but I missed the whole thing. Peter started to sniffle. Don't cry. Look, I said. Up in the air, I could see glimmers of light shooting across the early morning sky. Fairies, I gasped. The sun shimmered brighter and brighter until it sparkled into sunshine. I knew you were real, I said. My family and I watched the sun come up. Thank you, fairies, I whispered. Wherever they were, I knew they could hear me. Aw, that's Pinkalicious. Yeah, I like her stories. Thanks for stopping by Nana Story Time. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I love Pinkalicious. And don't forget, wash your face, brush your teeth, and make sure to give Mom and Dad lots of hugs and kisses. Good night, okay? Sweet dreams, everybody. Bye.